Hello Cricut buddies, Jeff here from Cricut Maker Craft. In today's video, I'm sharing how to create this beautiful yet inexpensive canvas art using vinyl and paper flowers. This is a great way to get started with creating paper flowers using cardstock. And you'll also learn some tips on working with large projects using adhesive or iron-on vinyl. So let's get started. Now, before we get started with today's tutorial, I want to share a couple of announcements. So first of all, I'm running a milestone giveaway. Once I hit 10K subscribers on my YouTube, I'm going to give away a Cricut Maker bundle. So if you want to win this, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. Secondly, I wanted to share this amazing video that I created for everyone just starting out with Cricut or don't know what SVGs or SVG cut files are. So go ahead and sign up for this completely free training video. The link is given in the description below. Also, if you are new to the Cricut world and finding it hard to remember all the tasks that you need to perform with your Cricut, then go ahead and grab this set of cheat sheets that I created just for you. It's only $15 and you get this 40-page set of cheat sheets with all the diagrams and everything about everything that you need to do with your Cricut. So let me just read out some of the stuff that are included. So there's the description on everything about design space, the left hand side panel, the right hand side panel, how to cut, how to mirror, how to group, how to ungroup. Everything is given in this set of cheat sheets that you just need to download. You can print it out and keep it beside your Cricut, or you can just leave it on your device to refer to it whenever you feel like. So when I was getting started, this really helped me in remembering everything that I needed to remember about my Cricut. So go ahead and grab this. It's only $15. The link is given in the description down below. Let's have a look at the supplies that we're gonna need for this project. So first of all, you're obviously gonna need your Cricut, adhesive or heat transfer vinyl. It's totally up to you. I'm gonna be using the adhesive vinyl. And if you're using the heat transfer vinyl, you're also gonna need your iron or the easy press. You're also gonna need the light or standard grip mat, essential toolkit set to weed and to burnish the vinyl. Next, you're gonna need a strong paper glue for the paper flowers. And of course, you're gonna need some cardstock as well. So let's get started. So first of all, we're gonna need our image that we're gonna cut out using the vinyl as the backdrop. So my favorite place to get free images is pixabay.com. Over here, I'm just gonna do a random search for girl or hair related photos. So let's see what comes up. So you'll get all of these different styles of photos. So what I'm looking for is something with a hair or hair structure flying away or something like that, where I could, as you can see from the canvas, where I could stick the flowers. So it's totally up to you what you want to go for. And I've created these bunch of images that you can use as well. You can get these images from the free VIP library. So to download the free SVG file, first of all, go to cricutmakercrafts.com and then click on free SVGs, enter your name and email address and just click on count me in. Then check your inbox for this email. Inside the email, you'll find the link for the free VIP library. Just click on the link and you'll end up over here. From here, download the file that you need to work with. It's gonna get saved on your computer. So go to your download section and the file is gonna look like something like this. Just right click and click on extract here. So this is a zipped file. It's either going to look like this or this. So just click on extract and you'll see all of these images. And the image that you need to work with is this one, which will have this browser icon. Don't open the image right away. Go to design space, then click on upload, followed by browse, and then select this image that you need to work with. And this goes for all images, all SVG images that are available via Cricut Maker Crafts. So just click on this image and so this is one of the images that I really liked, but I didn't use this one because it has eyes, and anything which has eyes just creeps me out at night when I look at it. So I avoid any pictures. So I avoid hanging any pictures with eyes in our house. But this one is a really beautiful photo. It's going to come out really good. So to turn this photo into an SVG to cut out the vinyl, I'm going to be using Inkscape. So I'm just going to drag this photo inside the software. This is a free software that you can get from inkscape.org. Let me just zoom in. That looks much better. So I'm just going to go to path and I'm just going to click on trace bitmap, and once you click on it, you'll see that automatically the software has generated like a silhouette image, as you can see over here. And you can use these toggle options, brightness cutoff, edge cutoff, to play around and get something that you really like. So there are two different ways of modifying. You can go for brightness cutoff or you can go for edge detection. So I'm going to be using brightness cutoff as it gives much better result. So once you're done, just click on OK and your edited image is going to appear on top of the actual image. So you just need to drag it and move it to the side, and then you can delete the original image. And just save this entire file as an SVG. You can use random images, or you can use images, your own images that you would like to turn into a canvas art. So make sure you save the file as an SVG. All right, now it's time to open up this file in Cricut Design Space. So this is the file that I will be working on. Like I mentioned, I didn't want any eyes in the photo. So this is another silhouette that I generated using the same Inkscape software. And I'm going to upload this in Design Space by clicking on New Project. Upload, followed by upload image, browse, and I'm just going to locate the file on my drive. And there you go. So just gonna double click to upload it. Now I'm just gonna resize this photo because my canvas is 18 by 14 inch. So I want this photo to fit like at least to cover up at least 90% of the canvas. So I'm just gonna resize it here. And I'm also gonna crop out the bottom part of this image because it's too long and I don't want that part. So I'm just gonna take the top part with the hair and the body. And to crop things on Design Space, what you can do is add a new shape and place it on the section that you don't want and select both the shape and the photo and click on slice. So it will generate multiple sections that you can get rid of by just clicking on the delete option, as you can see over here. So now we just have the top part and now we can get this thing cut. Okay, so this size looks perfect. It's gonna fit on my canvas. So I'm just using an ordinary vinyl that I got from one of the craft stores. I don't really know which company it belongs to. So I've tested it out and it cuts perfect on the vinyl setting. So if you're using something from an unknown company, make sure you test it out before you do your actual cutting so that you don't make any mistakes. Based on my test, this vinyl cuts perfectly on the vinyl setting. So I'm just gonna get this thing cut now. Now I'm just gonna place my vinyl onto the mat, and I'm using the 12 by 24 inch standard grip mat over here, as you can see. There is this huge line of bubble in the center, so I'm trying to get rid of it, trying to push it all the way to the outside. So this happens. At one point I just thought of throwing this whole thing, but there's a way to fix this up. So let me use my squeegee. That's much better, much easier to get rid of the bubbles using this squeegee. Okay, that looks much better. Way easier to get rid of the bubbles. So if you have any issues like this with your vinyl, just use your squeegee and push the bubbles out. Okay, that looks perfectly awesome, super smooth, ready to be cut. So let's load it in the machine. Remember, if you are using a vinyl from an unknown company and you have never tried it before, make sure you test it out before you do the final cutting. All right, now it's time to upload the rolled paper flower SVGs. So these SVGs can be found in the VIP library, and you can get access to the VIP library as I showed you girls earlier. So go ahead and upload the SVG on Design Space. Now you can resize the paper flowers to whatever size you like. I used two different sizes here, 4-inch and 5.5 inch. And the size of my finished flowers was 3 by 4 inch and 1.5 inch. So you can see here's a table showing what size of SVG generates what size of flower. So it's totally up to you if you want to increase or decrease the size of flowers. It's completely up to you. You can resize it here and test out other sizes as well. So this is just a guideline. And I used approximately 30 flowers. So you can duplicate it here. And this is completely going to depend on the image that you choose for your canvas. For this particular project, I used around 30 flowers, and I didn't cover I covered like a half of the hair and not the whole thing. So that also depends on you how you want to arrange the flowers and how many flowers you want there. So I'm just gonna duplicate all of these flowers. And now it's time to get things cut. I'm just gonna rearrange everything on the mat. And I'm using these cardstock papers that I got from the local craft store here, Spotlight, which is called Spotlight. They have similar stack of papers available in Michael's and Joann's. So these are probably the best cardstock papers that you can use for paper flowers. And make sure when you're choosing the papers, it doesn't have a wide backing. So there are some papers which are white at the back and some papers which have a white center core. So you want to avoid all of these kind of papers. You want to go for this particular type of paper with a colored center and a colored back. Okay, so all the cutting is done. Now I'm just gonna weed this whole thing. So since it's a huge project, it's way easier to weed out. Just gotta pull out the negative area, and I'm not gonna use any transfer tape over here. I'm gonna show you guys how I transfer this entire vinyl without the transfer tape. So here's my canvas. It's 18 by 14 inch in size. It's 18 by 14 inch in size. It's just a regular canvas. You can get it from a dollar store or a craft store. So I'm getting rid of all the excess pieces of vinyl backing so that it's easier to work with this vinyl. Now I'm just gonna fold it in half to mark the center at the bottom as well as the top. Next, using my removable marker, I'm just adding a border all around the canvas to make sure that I place my graphic inside this box. All right, now it's time to stick the vinyl onto the canvas. So I'm going to start off from the sides, and I'm just going to eyeball everything to make sure that it's straight. Let me mark the center as well. So I'm just peeling off the vinyl directly from the vinyl backing. Without using any transfer tape. I think it's better to get rid of all of this excess sticking out. It'll be much easier to align it with the borders that I just made on the canvas. And to avoid bubbles, I'm going to use my squeegee to transfer the vinyl onto the canvas. As you can see over here, this made the task so much easier. And I'm just going to slowly smoothen everything out. Here we are. I hope you guys can see how it's done over here without using the transfer tape. All you gotta do is just use your squeegee and just roll everything out slowly. Make sure there are no air bubbles. Okay, so we have reached the end. Everything is now stuck to the canvas and looks amazing without any air bubbles. Now it's time to make the paper flowers. So making these flowers is pretty easy. All you need is a paintbrush or a pencil or something which has a tapered end. So over here I'm using a chopstick. It's a metal chopstick. So just start from the edge, just place it around the chopstick and start rolling. And once you're halfway through, you can remove the chopstick and roll the flowers by hand manually. In the end, just add a dab of glue at the bottom. So I'm using a glue gun over here. Just add a dab of glue at the bottom And stick the top of the flower to the bottom and hold for a couple of seconds, letting it dry so that it doesn't move around. And I'm gonna repeat the same around 30 times to get 30 different flowers. It's pretty easy. And if you want to make things easier than this, you can also add a dab of glue at the start to prevent the flower from rolling out. So once you have all your flowers ready, go ahead and arrange them. First, arrange everything so that you know what looks good, so that you know what arrangement looks perfect for your project and your project turns out superb. So here I'm just arranging all the flowers to see what arrangement looks best. And now I'm just going to use my glue gun to glue all of these flowers onto the girl's hair. So that is it. As you can see, it was a pretty easy and fun project. I hope you learned a couple of new tricks on how to work with vinyl without a transfer tape, and also how to create rolled paper flowers. Alright, with that we have reached the end of today's tutorial. I hope you girls and guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel for a chance to win a Cricut Maker bundle when I hit 10K. I'll now see you in the next video. Bye bye!